How's it going, everyone? Mr. Boulder here, back with a impromptu video. Hoping that you're all well. Watched a video earlier tonight from Metal Mickey where he talked about 10 albums with great title tracks and 5 albums with bad title tracks. Watched the video, really enjoyed it, liked the subject matter, so decided to jump on and do a response video. So not going to waste any time, going to get straight into it. 10 albums with great title tracks. Up first for me, this is Billy Idol and Rebel Yell. You'll know this even if you're not a fan of Billy. Absolutely massive. He crossed over to the mainstream back in the 80s. Superb track. Absolutely love this. The whole album's really good, but the title track's brilliant. It's got the two separate guitar parts in the intro, overdubbed over each other. Sound really, really good. Great verses. Love the chorus. Billy's vocals are superb. Just a really, really great sing along, easy to get your teeth into title track, which I absolutely love. Absolutely fantastic song. Really, really enjoy it. Steve Stevens on the guitar sounds superb. Love what he does with the solo as well. Just brilliant stuff. A great title track. Absolutely love that. Billy Idol's Rebel Yell from about 84, I think. Up next is Saxon and Strong Arm of the Law. This is the first Saxon album I ever heard, and it's still one of my favourites to this day, and love the title track on this. Starts off with the bass with that kind of mid-paced gallops, so sounds sort of similar to something that obviously Steve Harris would do. Guitars coming gently and then coming proper during the verses. Biff Byford sounding absolutely fantastic, of course, as he always does. With the vocals, chorus very strong, easy to sing along to. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. A great track. Nice guitar solo as well. Absolutely love this album, and the title track is something, to be honest, I've not listened to for ages, but I don't need to. I listened to it so many times back when I was younger, I can just remember it like I only heard it yesterday. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. I absolutely love it. Strong on the Law from Saxon. This is from about 1980, if my memory's correctly. Great title track to a great album. Sticking with the old school metal, this is Accept and Balls to the Wall. Brilliant stuff. Old school German traditional heavy metal. This is from 1983, I think. A band in my hometown called Arnica, who are no longer around anymore, used to cover this song, and I used to love it when they used to play it. It always used to do a great job. An absolutely brilliant song. Love the intro guitar riff. It's really good. When the drums and the bass kick in, everything comes together nicely. It's a really good headbanging moment. The track is awesome to headbang along to. Udo Dirk Schneider's vocals are superb, and really, really catchy sing-along chorus. Just a great song. A great, great song. Very catchy. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Just a superb title track. A great album, but this title track is absolutely superb, and I really, really love it. From these old school German metalers, Never Let You Down. Fantastic band, but I absolutely love the title track to this album. It's really, really good. Superb stuff. Accept Balls to the Wall from 1983. On to some death metal now, and this is Cannibal Corpse and The Bleeding from 1994. For me, easily one of Cannibal's best albums, and I absolutely love the title track from this album. The guitar riff, the intro is a hook. Such a hook, that track. That guitar riff. Really, really catchy. Drums come in, pounding away. Chris Barnes on the vocals sounding fantastic. He does some of his high shrieks in this song, as well as some of his deep guttural growls. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. Catchy chorus, yeah, who'd have known you could write death metal and still write catchy choruses. You can sing along to it, as much as you can sing along to death metal, of course. But the guitars are great. The bass from Alex Webster is, of course, fantastic. Drums are superb. Just a really, really catchy track, and it's absolutely fantastic title track from this album. Cannibal Corpse's The Bleeding from 1994. On to some thrash. And Sepultura's Arise, my favourite album from 1991. And just a superb album in general, but the title track is absolutely amazing. This absolutely blew me away when I first heard it. Absolutely love it. I think Max Cavalera never sounded better as he did on this album. I think vocally this is when he was at his peak. Starts off everything coming in together with the drums and the guitars. Igor Cavalier's drumming is absolutely superb, really ferocious, really nasty. Riffs are really, really good. Max sounds great, like I've already said, and another great chorus that you can just sing along to. It gets in your head straight away and stays there. It's just absolutely superb. The whole album's great, but absolutely fantastic title track from these guys. Yeah, probably their best album for me. But Arise is a superb title track. First up, and it gets things going in the right direction. Fantastic stuff. Sticking with a thrash theme, and this is Metallica and obviously And Justice for All from 1988. My first Metallica album, and superb stuff everywhere here, but the title track, superb, nearly 10 minutes long, loads of great guitar parts in this entire song. This is when Lars was probably last really, really good on the drums on this album. Great vocals, enjoy the lyrics on this one as well. Just a great song, you know. When you think that St. Anger's packed with loads and loads of songs that bore you to death, this album's packed with loads and loads of songs that don't bore you to death. And this is just a brilliant title track. Like I say, nearly 10 minutes long, and they keep it interesting. They keep it fresh. You don't get bored. It's just absolutely amazing. Love this song. Great, great stuff from these guys. Metallica's And Justice for All from 1988. Superb title track. Back to 1981 and Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman. This, of course, has the genius that was Randy Rhoads on the guitar, and the guitar work on the title track for this album is fantastic. Starts off with that acoustic part, which is just phenomenal. You can tell Randy was influenced by classical music. You can hear it in the guitar intro. All the guitar work on this song is amazing, and Oz sounds great on the vocals as well. Really nice kind of gentle, sort of haunting verses. And Oz sounds great in the choruses as well. The guitar solo is phenomenal, of course. And it's just a fantastic title track, and it's the last song on the album as well. An album packed full of great songs. But the title track to this album is absolutely superb. Absolutely love it. Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman from 1981 is brilliant, brilliant stuff. Some thrash again. This is Annihilator and Alice in Hell. Now I'm slightly cheating with this because, of course, the song I'm referring to is Alice in Hell. But it's pretty much there, let's be honest. This is the Canadian thrashers debut from 1989. It's a superb album. Absolutely fantastic thrash metal. From Jeff Waters and company, Randy Rampage on the vocals, who has since passed away, rest in peace. This track, just everything about it is fantastic. I love the intro guitar part, the clean guitar part. Wayne Darley's bass sounds fantastic throughout this song. The riffs in the verses are a hook. Randy's vocal sort of melodies I really enjoy. Chorus is incredibly strong, easy to sing along to, very catchy. That high-pitched scream from Jeff Waters and then Randy's vocals sound fantastic. Great guitar solo, and just everything about this track is fantastic. I mean, everything about this album is fantastic, but the title track, nearly title track, is pretty much flawless, or is flawless as far as I'm concerned, and I just absolutely love it. It's a superb song from a superb album, and now it is Alice in Hell from 1989, an absolutely phenomenal album and a phenomenal title track. Pantera's not Vulgar's Black Power, The Great Southern Trendkill from 1996. This one gets overlooked, I think. It's an absolutely superb album, and don't really get talked about a lot for some reason, but I think it's great. And the first song on this, title track, superb stuff. Everything comes in at 100 miles an hour, the drums, the guitars, the bass, and then Phil screaming the vocals. For me, Phil Anselmo is the star here. Absolutely love his vocals on this, and the lyrics to this song are great as well. It's basically lyrically about people who follow trends, obviously with regards to the title, and it also contains one of my favourite lyrics ever, where Phil says, "You look just like a star, it's proof you don't know who you are." Absolutely brilliant stuff. He sounds great throughout all of this. He's the star here. Everyone's good, of course, but for me on this song, Phil was the highlight. A great track from an underrated album. Pantera's Great Southern Trendkill from 1996. And last up, is Death Symbolic from 1995. An absolutely huge album that's packed front to back with great songs, and the first track on this is just absolutely brilliant. Everything about it's great. Obviously, Chuck Schuldiner vocals, I love. The intro guitar riff, the riffs throughout. Gene Hoglan on the drums, superb stuff. And a great catchy chorus when Chuck sings Symbolic Acts, and there's that vocal fade out. Sorry, like a repeat. As it goes, repeats throughout the background, and he starts singing the next lines. Just such a hook, and just a great song everywhere. Solos are great, drums are great, guitars are fantastic. Chuck sounds great. Catchy song, catchy chorus, brilliant stuff. Death Symbolic from 1995. I absolutely love it. Now on to the 5 title tracks that I don't like so much. Now, I don't hate any of these songs. They're just not favourites of mine, it has to be said. Not terrible, but not great at the same time. So let's get into those. 5 albums of 5 title tracks to talk about. Apologies if I offend anyone. But AC/DC's For Those About to Rock, We Salute You is a song that I've never really cared for. It's okay, but just not all that fussed on about it. It gets played quite a lot here on Planet Rock Radio in the UK. And for me, there's so many better AC/DC songs to play. The guitar intro is quite nice. But to be honest, the verses bore me. Good chorus. But nothing here really excites me. And there's other songs on this album that I much prefer to the title track. I really feel like I shouldn't be saying this kind of thing about it because it's such an iconic song. You know, they play it every gig, bring the cannons out towards the end. It closes pretty much every AC/DC show. But for me, just not fussed by it at all. It's an okay song, but it's just okay. So that's AC/DC's For Those About to Rock, We Salute You from 1981. From 1980, Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell. Yeah, again, it's an okay song, but it doesn't really sort of excite me at any point. Mid-paced, starts off with the guitar coming in, then you got the bass and the drums that sort of go throughout the verses, which don't sort of excite me at all. The chorus is very good, of course. Ronnie sounds great, but just not a song I'm that bothered about. I mean, there's other stuff in here that I much prefer, like Neon Nights. Walk Away, Die Young, Wishing Well, Lady Evil. I much prefer all those other songs, and the title track is one I've just never been that fussed about. It's okay, but it doesn't rock my world. And that's Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell from 1980. Turbo Lover from Judas Priest Turbo. Again, a slight take on the title here, but it's pretty much close. Yeah, never ever been bothered about this song. When it comes to Priest songs, there are so many better ones. Yeah, just not fussed by it at all. Verses don't sort of excite me at all. Chorus is okay. The guitar synths are very high up in the mix, and they don't bring much to the party as far as I'm concerned. And just a song I'm not bothered about at all. I actually do really like this album. I know a lot of people don't. There's other stuff in it that's superb, like Private Property, Locked In, Out in the Cold, Hot for Love, Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days. But the title track just doesn't do too much for me at all. Not terrible by any stretch of imagination, but easy, not one of their best. Warrant's Cherry Pie from 1990. To be honest, even Janie himself would tell you this wasn't his favourite song. I've seen a video on YouTube, which is from an old VH1 documentary, where Janie said the album was done. It was called Uncle Tom's Cabin. But took the album to the record company, and the record company said, we don't hear the big single like Love in an Elevator, so you need to go back and give us another single. And that weekend he wrote Cherry Pie, gave it to the record company, and when he came back, they changed the title of the album to Cherry Pie. The single was going to be Cherry Pie. So this was a song that was thrown together over a weekend, and Janie was not much of a fan of it himself. Not a song I dislike, but definitely not the strongest song on this album by any stretch of the imagination. The aforementioned Uncle Tom's Cabin is far superior. It's an okay track, you know. The verses are okay. Chorus is very catchy and very strong. But nothing massively excites me about this. There's much better stuff on show here. A good album, an okay title track, but definitely not their best, has to be said. But rest in peace, Janie. Really underrated songwriter, I think. That's Warrant's Cherry Pie from 1990. And last up is Iron Maiden's Fear of the Dark. Since I revisited Killers, I've now had this at the bottom of the pile with my Iron Maiden sort of album ranking, I must say. The title track here is just something that I've always liked, but have never really understood why so many people love it as much as they do. It's of course all down to personal taste. But the title track here, I've never really been that bothered by it, I have to say. It's got a nice enough guitar intro. The verses don't do that much for me. Chorus is good, the solos are good, but I'm just never really bothered about this song at all. And Maiden, of course, always play this one live. And just one I'm not that fussed about. I mean, if I went to see Maiden live and they didn't play this, and they played something else like Alexander the Great, To Tame a Land, or Mother Russia, I would much prefer that. Just never really been that fussed by Fear of the Dark. And I know I'm in the minority because loads and loads of people love it, but for me it's just an okay track. And one that I'm never really bothered about hearing. Like I say, I'd much rather hear other stuff like Alexander the Great, which to me is a much, much better song. Right, guys, that's it. Quick impromptu video. Cheers for watching. Get in the contact, get in the comments even, and let me know what you think about my picks here. And yeah, I look forward to chatting with you all then. I'll catch you later on. Look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye.